Hi guys, yesterday we started taking apart and analyzing our extracts from I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and I want to give you some more hints, tips, and notice some more things about our mentor text so that you can keep drafting today, okay? So, the first point, clearly state the purpose of the paragraph right in that first sentence. If you'll look at the mentor text with me, look at that second paragraph. Chua begins her piece with the universal characters he and she. Paragraph 3. The story has been told and retold 1,000 times, but the gem of this piece is the presentation, so the format. A human watching two fish in a bowl would never suspect they're darting about in puffy-lipped pouts as flirting. If you notice, he and she, all that this writer talks about is those two characters of he and she. Next, that presentation paragraph, that's all that's discussed in this paragraph. Paragraph 4, she mentions flirting, and lo and behold, it's all about flirting. So this is your goal as well. You should be letting me know, the reader, right in that first sentence, this is what you'll be reading about, and then you're going to stick to your topic. That's that organization that is so, so important. Okay? Number 2, I want to point out to you how this writer embeds their quotes. In the SIG pages that we've done in the past, we have had a lot of block quotes, and what I mean by that, I'm going to use Gatsby here as an example. I would get big block of quotes because you feel like it's really, really important, and then I would get this means that, and you would go on and on and on and on. And I want you to compare that to what this writer has done by describing the love between two fish. Notice that that word love is directly from the poem. It's quoted, but it flows inside the sentence. She did not say, the fish are in love. This means that the magnitude of human love is. So she's embedded that word love, that word quote, right in that same paragraph. Promises of fancy ocean vacations and jewelry. This is a great sentence to notice because this has two different strategies. Promises of fancy ocean. Ocean is the quote. It flows inside the sentence. And then jewelry. And you'll see in parentheses there she references, hey, I'm talking about the pearls, and that's found on line 16. So you can really clearly see two different ways she makes that flow without saying, here's my chunk of quote, this means that. Okay? And number 3, I want you to really think about the order of your paragraphs. Notice that this is a really extended piece of writing. This is 8 paragraphs long. The literary commentary paper, when you sit down to do it, you won't have 4 days of drafting like we've had. You'll actually be doing it in just an hour and a half. Okay? So it is so vital to you that you have planned out, this is what comes first, this is what comes second. So here are some of my guidelines for you. What is your strongest point? What do you feel the most confident about? You have the most to say about? Or what is your strongest point that comes first? You might choose to go down the extract and say, I want to explain this part first because it comes first in the extract. This is second because it comes second in the extract. You might choose to go chronologically through the extract, or you might choose to say, I want to talk about the metaphors first because I feel very confident about that. Number 2, what should be combined? You might come to a paragraph and you realize that you only have a couple of sentences or just a little bit to say, but you could combine it together into a bigger paragraph. For example, this person talks about the universal characters of he and she, and then they come back down to the goldfish as a person. So they almost could have combined those 2 paragraphs because they're both talking about the goldfish as people, the personification of the goldfish, and then extending that metaphor. Okay? So they could have combined. You could do the same thing. And number 3 about paragraphs, where's your explanation week? This is a really important time to be brutal on yourself and say, you know what, this doesn't make any sense. Maybe I don't need this. Does it really support my theme? Because remember, we're always coming back to theme, and this person shows the theme of hopes of love can sometimes be coupled with the sting of rejection. So everything here has to do with love. If she had put something in here about money or jobs, something crazy like that, she would know that she would have to extract that. So as you're writing, as you're outlining, you're going to need to say, is this necessary to support my theme? Okay? So I'm going to leave this up on the board as you guys draft, and I will be around to help you in whatever way that I can. But the purpose of today is to draft. Okay?